like, man, I really want to achieve this. I want you to raise your hand where you are. If you can't raise your hand, you can type in the text and in the chat box and just say yes, because I just want to know that I'm talking to the right people here. Maybe I'm in a wrong group, but I want to know if people here are dreamers. If people here have aspirations, I want to know if you have something that you're desperately working towards. There are people who are book readers here. There are people who have wanted to lose weight here. There are people who want to go to university here. There are people who've been dreaming and wanting to win a scholarship here. There are people who are desiring to say, man, I wish I could do a master's or another master's or a PhD or this. If you have that kind of dream, I want you to say yes. I want you to raise your hand. I'm seeing a lot of hands. Stella has raised her hand. Frank, Nelly, Brave, Pilirani, Hamilton, a lot of people. Noria says yes. That means that all of us are in the right place, guys. Thank you so much for affirming that I'm in the right place. So raise your hand again if you have been frustrated before because you don't seem to break through or you don't seem to be able to achieve some of your dreams. Raise your hand, because I have been frustrated so many times. I don't know about you. Maybe you guys are perfect. You set a dream, you set a goal, and then boom, you achieve it. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I've struggled in my life. There's certain things I'm still working on, and I'm like, man, I don't seem to get through this. So Anita is saying, yes, I've been frustrated before. Brave says yes. Thea says yes. Jacqueline says yes. Candice says yes. Thank you so much, guys. I'm just in the right place. That becomes a safe space for me, so I really appreciate. I want you to know that you are a normal human being, because a lot of normal human beings have been frustrated before after not being able to achieve their dreams. And I want you to know that this life is full of dreamers. We have people with big, bold dreams. That's why you see a lot of creativity out there. You see people who, who invent things. All those are in the category of you and I. It started with a dream. And there is also a reason where Dr. Miles Monroe, if you don't know him, look him up. He said that the richest place on earth is the graveyard. Do you know why? It's because there is so many people who have died with their dreams, goals, and ambitions, and they've gone to the grave. They never lived to achieve those dreams. They never lived to tell anyone about their dreams. They kept their dreams inside of them. They were too afraid, too shy, very apologizing when it comes to achieving their dreams. And a lot of times, unfortunately, you and I fall into that category. There is a great story of a young boy who grew up in a very poor family. He lived in a very small town in the United States of America, and he had 7 siblings. And seeing how hard and difficult, especially for his parents, life was, especially to earn money to support the family, put food on the table, pay bills, and pay their school fees. He was moved one day, and he kept on dreaming to say, you know what? When I get to high school, I want to help my parents. I want to work. I want to work because I want to earn money and be able to help my parents. And so he had this dream when he was growing up. He was the firstborn in the family. Year after year, he saw his parents struggling to put food on the table. He saw how his mom had to wake up every morning and do some, business, go to work. His father did the same thing, and then they come back. They literally didn't even have time to take a vacation because they needed to work really hard to support this family. And so one day he woke up after his first year of high school during the holidays, and he said, I think time is now. I need to go and look for work so that I can support my family. And so he made it up in his mind, because growing up, he really aspired to work in the bank. But guess what? He was only a high school student, so he didn't qualify to really get any decent job in the bank. But what he had put in his mind, he said that to himself, I'm gonna work in a bank as a cleaner. At least I do cleaning jobs at home, and I know how to wipe surfaces and how to dust off areas, and to mop and to clean. And so I'm gonna work there as a cleaner. That at least will make me happy, because I'm working in the bank, but also I'm earning something for my parents. And so he thought to himself, and he said, what bank can I work in? And so he left one day, went to the post office and asked for the directory. And he said, I want to look for like the different banks, because I want to work in the bank. And then person at the post office looked at him and said, he want to work in the bank? And he said, yeah. And then the guy just looked at him and laughed it off and said, okay, and gave him the directory. He went there in the directory and pinpoint one bank it's called the Flagster Bank. So he looked at the Flagster Bank, looked at their addresses and their contacts, and he copied everything. He realized that there were 395 branches for this bank. And then he thought to himself, okay, I'm going to apply to each of these banks branches so that I increase my chances of being selected. And so he went home day after day, night after night. He wrote. He didn't even have a computer or a laptop or anything, so he had to handwrite all his letters. He wrote his letters and convinced his parents to help him mail these letters out. And then he mailed these letters out. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 1 month, he didn't hear anything from these banks. And he wondered what had happened to his applications. And curious, he asked his dad, he said, Dad, what do you think could have happened? And his dad, knowing that, it's just a young boy, looking, just trying to be ambitious. And he didn't expect that he could really be offered a job in these companies. And then his dad just said, things like that happen. You know what? Let's just keep on doing what we do all the time. But something within this boy kept on telling him to say, you need to do something more. You need to do something more. And then one day he found a way to convince his parents to say, can you give me transport money? I want to go to New York City. I want to visit one of the branches, because I would like to know what happened to my applications, because I really want to work there. And after a few, conversations and considerations, his parents allowed him, actually his dad escorted him to go to New York City. And then he went to this place, not knowing that that's where the headquarters of this bank was. And so he walked there, went to the front office, and at the front office, people asked him, this is a very young boy, 14, 15. And then people are asking him at the front office, is like, what do you want? He said, oh, well, I want to meet whoever is responsible for recruitment, because I submitted my letters of application to this bank and I didn't hear anything. And because the people at the front office were also very, interested and curious about this young boy, they allowed him in. So they let him in, and he went into the office, and the other person directed him directly to the branch manager. And then he sat there and he said, oh, sir, can I help you? And then he said, yeah, my name is so-and-so. I came here because I applied for a job here and I haven't heard anything. And then the guy said, oh, your name is so-and-so. Here are all your 395 letters. We didn't respond to them because we knew that if you were able to write all these letters, definitely you follow up or you come in. So you get the job. And that's how this person, this young boy, got a cleaning job at this bank. I want to share with you a few things why you don't really achieve the things that you desperately want. You have to know, like I said before, that there's so many people who are dreamers in this world. There are so many people, and dreaming is ordinary. Dreaming is something that everyone does. It's something that God put in us when He created us, that we should be dreamers. We must be dreaming. We must be ambitious, because dreams and ambitions and aspirations are what makes us to look forward to tomorrow. But then, out of all the people who dream, there are people who achieve their dreams. And what's the difference between you and the people who are achieving their dreams? The first thing that I want you to know is that what do you really want? And this is a question of clarity. I want you to write it down. It's a question of clarity. What exactly do you really want? A lot of people, a lot of people are wishy-washy about their dreams. It's like, oh, I want this, but I also want that. I want this, but in different variations. You're not very specific to say, this, I'm clear about what I want. If I want to go for a master's, I want to go for a master's at this university. This is the kind of master's that I want. We are not very clear about our dreams. We have to know that if you as a person is not clear as to what you want, the universe, God, will not give you anything that you're asking for, because you are a confused being. You don't necessarily, you're just pushed by, peer pressure, or just seeing other people, or you're just admiring what could happen, but you really don't understand what exactly you want. I also wanted to say that the key word here in what do you really want is you. I've met so many people. One of the things that I do in my life, I do coaching for different levels. I do executive leadership coaching. I do career development coaching, and many other things too. One of the things that I've noted with people is that we want to do things not because of what exactly we want. To be honest with you, not many people live their authentic life. We live life because of our parents, because of our siblings. Oh, church people, how, if they see me doing this, if they see me, working towards this, if they see me. I worked with people who are in university, or they are working actually, but if you really ask them if that is exactly what they want in their life, they will tell you no. They will tell you that, well, I have to do this because my parents paid the school fees for me 4 years in college, and it would be very disappointing if I have to leave this place and do something else because, well, they paid it. There are so many people who are stuck in positions and places that they don't really like. They are not happy, or they are pursuing things that are not necessarily the things that they want, because they want to please somebody else. The key detail here is you. What do you really want? Not your family, not your spouse, not your partner, not your children, not your parents, not the church, not the community, not social media, but what exactly do you want? Okay. The second thing that I want you to consider is that, why do you want it? A lot of people don't have the whys, the reason, the motivation, the emotion behind what you want. What is that thing exactly that will push you? A lot of you here are in the book club. Why are you there? And guess what? 90% of you don't even do the assignment. You don't even read the books. You're just there because peer pressure. You want to look like an elite group. You want to feel like you belong. You want to tell people to say, I belong to, this book club thingy. And we meet every month. But are you reading the book? Are you reading the books? How many books have you read in the last 7 months? Since you joined, how many books have you read? Are you there to just waste your time and to just look like you belong? What is the reason behind what you do or what you want? Why did you join the book club? Why do you want to pursue a master's degree? Why do you want to lose weight? You have to ask yourself those questions. And unless you answer those questions, you're going to go in circles. Okay, until you answer those, you're going to go round and round and round in circles. When you ask yourself, why do you want it? The reason why is usually the place of discomfort. You need to do something because you want to change something, because you're unhappy with a certain thing that is going on in your life. And so if you are joining things and wanting things out of peer pressure or because you want to please somebody, guess what? You will never achieve that thing. It will just be a song. It will just be a dream. You have to get to a place where you're so uncomfortable to say, I can't be sitting like this for a long time. I talk to people who are single like me, and we share a lot of humor when it comes to wanting a partner, wanting a spouse. And we laugh a lot, because you need to get to a place of discomfort to say, I don't want to be single again. It's painful to be single. It hurts to be single. There's something discomfort about being single. Yes, I'm empowered. Yes, I have money. Yes, I have everything that I want. Yes, I'm happy the way I am, but there's something that's making me to want a partner. If you want to lose weight, there has to be really a reason why you desperately want to lose that weight. If you're comfortable with eating and eating anything in the world and going about your way, and you're not disciplined enough to say, I need to put in an hour of workout every day, it's not painful enough for you. Trust me, when you get that reason, and when you get that pain point, and when you get frustrated and angry enough to say, enough is enough, I can't remain like this, you will put in the positive actions that will move you forward. And that's what differentiates you from any other dreamer to being an action taker. Okay? The third thing is that you need to act. You need to act based on what you expect and not what you want. Sorry, let me flip that again. You need to act based on what you want, not what you expect. A lot of people in this world, and this is very funny, listen to this. A lot of people in this world, they want things, right? But they also have expectations. And you know, a lot of people who don't put in the positive work, it's because their expectation is that, no, I can't get that. What you want and what you expect is very different, because expectation is based on sometimes statistics, to say statistically what is going on, and you look around what is happening with other people, and then you apply it to yourself. Statistically, you begin to think about, majority of people who look like me, have they achieved this? No, they haven't. And so you begin to apply it to yourself, and you begin to expect to say, well, if people who look like me haven't achieved this in their life, then what makes me think that I'll achieve that? That is your expectation. But you need to go beyond your expectation and just pursue what you want. I'll give you a clear example. You are in your 40s, you're in your 30s. A lot of people here are young. So let's say in your 30s, and you're looking for love, right? You're looking for someone to fall in love with, to build a relationship. But then when you look at all the single people around you, their relationship is not working, or they try online dating, 365 dates, I don't know what it's called. Everything that you see is that, people are having bad dates, and, people are coming back and they'll be like, man, it's not working. It's not even worth paying money. It's not even worth anything. I don't want it. Frustrations after frustrations after frustration. You look at 5, 6 of your friends and it's the same story. And then you begin to have an expectation to say, well, if I go online dating as well, it won't work for me. And what happens? Even the way you're going to approach that, even your mindset, even the way you're going to look at it, everything about you will be about that expectation, not exactly what you want. And so you need to begin to think about, what do I want? And stop looking at what is going on, because what is going on is going to shape your expectations. Sometimes our expectations are also shaped by experience. Maybe you've done that so many times, right? You've done that a million times. Maybe nobody in your family has ever done that. And you're looking, or maybe your uncle tried to do business, tried entrepreneurship, and they failed miserably. They lost all the money. And then you're like, okay, my uncle, who is more knowledgeable, he's more mature, he is more disciplined than me, he tried this thing and never worked out. And so who do I think I am to really pursue this? And that then becomes your expectation. And instead of you really looking at to say, forget about my people, forget about the people who are around me, forget about my friends or my peers, forget about my family, me, it's about me, what do I want? And you just go for it. So you need to begin to act based on what you want and not what you expect. An expectation, just to tell you, is a belief about whether or not you get what you want. Okay, so expectation plus action is the creation of the life that you live. And this is why a lot of people would tell you to say the life that you live is your choice. It's by choice. You are who you are because of the choices that you've made. It's because of the expectations, because you think that you can't be that. You just wish you could be that, but you don't think it can happen to you. You see it happening to other people. You don't really think that you qualify enough to achieve that or to claim that or to be that. And so even your actions, they speak to that. Having expectations that are different from what you want is the reason you don't quite seem to attain the things that you want in life, no matter how much you try. I want to tell you another story. I want to go back to 2004, second year, Kamuzu College of Nursing. So that is me. That is my life. Second year, 2004. Again, I'm giving you a hint to figure out how old I am. But that's okay. That's okay. So 2004, second year, Kamuzu College of Nursing. So a backstory. I never wanted to be in nursing school, ever, at all. And that's the funny thing with life, that life is going to push you left, right, and center, things that are beyond your control. But when you get determined to say, this is what I want, I'm telling you, at a certain point, you will get it. And I want you to keep listening to this story. So I sat for MSc, MSc, yeah, that's what we call it, right? Yeah, MSc. And then those days, back in the day, I don't know if it still happens here, when you pass a certain like points level, you have to sit for university entrance examinations. So these are like the public universities, University of Malawi, there was Kamuzu College of Nursing, a lot of things have changed now. There was Buddha College, I don't know what it's called now, I'm old age. But we had to apply for those universities, right? And so during that process of application, and you sit for university entrance exams, you would have to choose to have three choices of the public universities where you want to go. And so I put in my choices. Kamuzu College of Nursing was never part of it. Okay, let me put it this way: medicine, medical, whatever, it wasn't anything that I dreamt of. Fast forward, I'm now at Kamuzu College of Nursing against my wish. I'm there, I'm becoming a nurse, and I don't like it. And so what I started doing then, I said, I need to get out of this place. So first year, 2003, I started trying to change my course, because you could transfer, you could ask, you could request the university office to change you into a different course. It never worked out. Second year, I figured that, you know what, second year, I need to begin to apply for scholarships. So I really wanted, for me, the pain here was being in a course that I never wanted, I never liked, I never dreamt of. It wasn't my passion. It had nothing to do with me. And so I started applying for scholarships. First year is 2004 scholarships. So I would apply for 5 scholarships at a minimum. I started with 2, and then I increased to 5, and then it grew up to 10. And if you know the nature of scholarships, so I'm talking about international scholarships. So there is DAD scholarships, there was Erasmus Mundus, there is Australia Awards Scholarship. The US government have different types of scholarships too, and many, many other scholarships, the Chinese scholarships, the Taiwanese scholarships. There is so many scholarships. I had all those scholarships in my mind, and I had to create a calendar on when they will release, or they will open up applications. And so first year I applied, nothing worked out. Second year, that's 2005. Now I'm in third year. I'm applying again for scholarships. Nothing worked out. 2006. Now I'm finishing university. Now I'm a nurse. Against my will, I'm applying for scholarships. That was 2006. I graduated. I went and worked in Zimba as a nurse. I'm applying for scholarship. 2006. I'm applying for scholarship. 2007, I'm applying for scholarships. 2008, I'm applying for scholarships. 2009, I'm applying for scholarships. 2010, and these are not like, if you've ever applied for a scholarship, you know that they require a lot of paperwork. And it's not like you can recycle what you had the previous year. It doesn't matter. You have to start all over again, because sometimes they change the requirements. Sometimes they change this and that. And also, one of the things that you need to know is that scholarship application takes money, because you have to go to lawyers, you have to do this, you have to mail those things via DHL. So 2009, I'm still applying for a scholarship. I don't get it. I want you to be counting the years. 2010, I'm still applying for the scholarship. And so by that time, I had changed jobs, because after I graduated and I worked for, I quit my job actually before I got another job, because I was like, I'm so done with this nursing business. It's not for me. I'm out. So I quit my job, but I'm still applying for scholarships because I badly wanted it, right? So I remember that there was a time, I think we had gone back to college I had gone back to do my midwifery. So midwifery was 1 year. So during that time, I met some of the classmates that I had in my undergrad. So we met and I'm sharing with them. I'm like, man, I haven't, I have been applying for these scholarships for now over 7 years and I don't seem to get it. And one of my classmates actually laughed so hard and said to me, Thoko, you with your grades, the way you graduated, you think you can get a scholarship? And he said to me, if there was a way to go and reduce your points at uni, you should go and reduce your points and then come back again and start applying for scholarship. That is a lot of I don't know what to call it. That's demeaning, especially for someone who has been trying for this thing for a long time, right? It never discouraged me. It never discouraged me. There were a lot of family members who said a lot of things to me. There was a lot of friends who had something to advise me, right? To say, maybe you need to do this. Oh, maybe scholarship is not the way for you. Maybe you just need to embrace this and that. And it was worse when I left nursing, because people were like, so how do you think you're going to get a scholarship? So 2010, I changed my jobs. And then I'm still applying for scholarships. 2011, I'm applying for scholarships. 2012, I applied for scholarships. 2013 is when I got the scholarship. And I didn't only get one scholarship, I got 2 scholarships. And I then had to choose which one of the 2 I wanted. People who didn't know who I am, people who didn't know what I was doing, people who didn't know that this journey started in 2004, called me lucky. And they said, oh, you are so lucky. How come you get 2 scholarships and all of us are trying and we can't get a scholarship? No, dude, I started in 2004 applying for this thing and I mastered it. I'm sharing this story because I know that here on this platform, there is somebody who wants something so bad, somebody who really desired to have something in their life. I want you to know that don't you dare losing that dream. Don't you dare being distracted. Don't you dare listen to what other people are saying, because other people's experiences are not yours. You have your unique experiences. Your desires are so unique. Your dreams are so unique. Everything about you is very, very unique. So you need to listen to people, but be careful on whose actions you're going to take, or whose advice you're going to put into action, because you are you and you are unique. And so the first thing that I would share with you, if you want to get what you want in life, first of all, dream big. You need to play to win. Did I tell you about expectations? Your expectations must be big. And when you talk about expectations, when I talk about playing to win, I'm actioning you to say, expand your dreams even 10 times. If your dream is about money, you want to earn a certain figure, add 2 zeros to the end. Okay? If your dreams is about scholarship, look for the most prestigious scholarship in the world and go for it. If your scholarship, if your dream is about having a boyfriend or having a partner, a life partner, dream about the most perfect partner you could have, because you deserve it. And so most of you play not to lose. You don't play to win, but you play not to lose. And I'll share with you what playing not to lose looks like. When you play not to lose, you keep doing what you know how to do. So you're very mediocre, you're repeating and rinsing what you know. It's the same cycle. It's like, oh, I know that if I want to, to get the next job, this is what I do. But dude, you're getting the same kind of jobs and same kind of pay, salaries. You're just changing the environment. You're getting the same stinky bosses who don't nurture your talents, who don't appreciate you. But yes, you're moving forward, but it's not really forward. So you keep doing what you know best. That's playing not to lose. You play it safe. You avoid taking risks. And by avoiding taking risks, you avoid feeling dumb, because you feel like, if I go big, if I play to win, if I take risks, what if I fail? What if I invest all my money and I don't get anything in return? And so you think, oh, I'll feel very dumb. And by avoiding feeling dumb, you feel safe. So that's your safety space right there. You need to get out of your safe space and get out of your comfort zone and be uncomfortable. By feeling safe, you're not growing. I want you to raise your hand right now if you haven't had a big, scary dream in a long time. Raise your hand, no judgment. No judgment. A lot of people play it safe. We just want to keep in our comfort zone. We're just okay fitting in and just being, the ordinary people, we don't want to be ambitious, and we don't want to go bigger. We don't want to go higher. We don't want to, you need to look at your dream and it should scare you. You need to go to bed and feeling like, man, what was I even thinking putting out that dream? A lot of people are like me. Henderson says, yes, I need to confess, I haven't dreamed big. I haven't had scary dreams. Good. A lot of people, Stella, Brave, Cole, Thea, Candice, Staff. Yes. You're not different. Trust me, you're not different from the majority of people. Some here are not raising their hand because they want to feel safe. We don't want to be bored. They don't want to be bored. They're shy and they don't want to raise their hand. Raise your hand if you deeply feel that you could be playing a big game that you're playing right now. I want you to raise your hand only if you believe that you could be playing a big game more than you are playing right now. Whatever, in your career, in your business, whatever it is in life that you want. Great. I'm seeing hands going up, hands going up, hands going up, hands going up. That's good. Today, I want you to change your mindset. I want you to ask this question to yourself. Can you allow yourself to be the winner? And I want you to answer this question. I want you to put it in the chat there. I want you to ask yourself deeply, sincerely, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Can you allow yourself to be the winner? Can you allow your thoughts, your words, and your actions to connect and to align? Do you believe that whatever dream you have can happen to you? Do you believe that? Because guys, you can dream whatever you want, but if you don't believe that it can happen to you, leave it. Leave it and keep on dreaming small. I think that would be your comfort zone, and that I'm okay with that. But I'm looking for people who dream very big, who are ready to expand their dreams, who are ready to to 10 times their dreams and their ambitions, and they want to embrace it. They're ready to embrace their dreams and to say, you know what, this can happen to me. This can be me. I could be the next billionaire in Malawi. That would be me. I want you to say that in the chat box if you believe that for yourself. If you don't believe that for yourself, you have work to do. And that's okay, no judgment. I want you to go back and begin to think. How desperate do you want? What is your reason? What is your pain? What is the reason you want what you want? Or maybe you're just emulating what others are doing, and you just want to be in the competition, because there are some people who set their dreams because they want to compete with their colleagues or their classmates or somebody in their circle. And they're like, oh, she's gone for a master's, I'm going to apply for another master's too. I'm going to go for master's. You just want to compete. You don't really have a pain point. You don't have a reason. And if that's you, you will have to go back and do the work. Okay? So what is your next big dream? This is getting too good. What is your next big dream? What is your next big dream? The most powerful, do you know the most powerful word or the most powerful phrase in the world? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? The most powerful word. It is a two word. The most powerful word. Do you know what it is? Can anyone guess?
If anybody would like to take that guess.
What is the most powerful? Yep.
I can.
I can. Good. Close. Close, close, close. Thank you, Rachel. Anyone else? Very close. Rachel is very, very close. Okay. It is I am. I am. So according to research, I am is the most powerful word in the world. This is because subconsciously, your brain thinks that whatever you say after the word I am, your brain takes it as a command. When you say I am big, your brain, including your subconscious mind, absorb that, and even when the reality is not like that, the brain will already translate it into to say, oh, you are big, cool. And then it's gonna it's gonna start to give you like it's gonna begin to shoot like waves to say, you are big, Thoko. You can't, you can't do those things anymore. You can't be this, you can't talk like that, you can't show up like that. So I want you to embrace the power of I am. Okay, and here is what we're gonna do in the next 1 to 2 minutes. I want you to write your next big dream. I want you to write it down right now. Everyone, I want you to write it down. And before you write it down, though, I want you to think about this. Can you make it bigger in size and just be ambitious? You don't have to think about how am I gonna, forget about the how. I want you to put down your dream. A lot of times also we fail because we're thinking about the means. Like, oh, I want to have 2 million by the end of the month in my account. And then you are like, how are you going to do that? And then the moment you ask yourself that question, you don't even put in any action. You don't even embrace it. You're like, no, Thoko, it's not going to happen. Let's forget it. And you keep moving. But I want you, inconsiderate of how you're going to do it, I just want you to write down your dream and make it bigger. Okay, make it bigger in size, and I also want you to make it faster. When I talk about faster, I want you, don't give it too much time, because too much time will make you relax. I don't want you to relax. I want you to give it a short period of time. And so in a simple sentence, starting by, I am going to be this, or you can say my next biggest dream is, I want you to finish that sentence. Let's take a few seconds and just write that down.
Are we writing in the chat or everybody's writing by themselves?
No, everyone is writing privately. We don't
Okay.
want to embarrass people, but that would be nice. But maybe next time we'll kind of like do like a breakout room and, and share. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was afraid some of our dreams are really funny when you say them in public.
Okay, so I'm sure everyone has written their dreams, and they've kept them secure. Guys, what we are doing here is so real. Okay, it's so real. I want you, if you're not being real here, I want you to drop out of the call and go and sleep. Truly though. Okay, so the second thing that I would share with you, you have thought about your big dream and you are playing to win, right? The second thing that you've done is what you've done right now. Write down your dreams. Even the Bible says that write down the vision, right? I know that people here are Christians. If you're not, forgive me, but the Bible says that write down your vision, put it in black and white so that you can see it. There is power in you writing down your dreams and your visions and just going back each day to review them and to look at them again. It inspires you and it helps you to, it motivates you and pushes you into taking action. Okay. The third thing is the power of words. The power of words. Keep on embracing positivity in what you say, especially when it comes to your dreams. It doesn't matter what others are saying. The person, the classmate who said to me, you need to go and reduce your points at university. Who does that? Who says that? But when she said that to me, I laughed it out and I said, well, watch this space because I'm gonna get it. And it's very funny though to learn that she hasn't done her master's until today. Okay, there is power in your thoughts. There is power in your words. So watch out what comes out of your mouth. Okay, how many thoughts do we have per day? Do you know? Does anyone know? We have book readers here. I got this from reading books. How many words, how many thoughts run through our mind every day on average? There is a debate, but there is an average. Does anyone know? You can put it in the chat if you know quickly. How many words? Okay, if you don't know, I'll tell you. So we have, and there is an average of 50,000 words or thoughts, sorry, that go into our mind. We process 50,000 different kinds of thoughts every day in our mind. And 80% of those thoughts, sadly, are negative. 80%. And almost all of those negative thoughts are about ourselves. So negative self-talk, it really affects us. It really affects our mental health. It affects our ability to take action. It affects our ability to achieve things in life. So you have to make sure that your thoughts, your actions, your words are all in alignment. You're saying the same things, because the moment you produce something, if you've ever heard this phrase which says the brain has ears, your mind has ears. Everything that you say, your mind hears it. It hears it and it grasps it and it becomes an action. And so it's a cycle that you keep on finding yourself repetitively. So avoid negative self-talk as much as possible. Practice talking positively about yourself. Do a lot of I am positive statements as much as possible. If you have to paste them on your mirror and rehearse them every day, do that for the sake of your dreams. People who put powerful I am statements and they rehearse them every day are 10 times more to achieve their dreams. Okay, declare your dreams, share them on public. So one thing that I want you to do is that, because we are going bigger and bold with our dreams, right? I want you to share with people close to you, because I've done this in the past, I've put it on my Facebook to say, in 5 years, I'm going to do A, B, C, and D. That's how I manifested We Inspire. But it's a story for another day. I want one day to have an opportunity to share with you how everything unfolded. But I had to put that, I had to tell people, I had to do certain things, because once you begin to share don't keep your dreams to yourself, guys. It's okay to feel safe to share your dreams, even to people you don't know, because you know what? When you share things with people, it creates automatically accountability. It puts you on pressure to start working and putting in the action to achieve those things. So declare your dreams, share it with people as comfortable as you can. For me, I'm very bored. A lot of people know me like that. I start fires that I don't even know how to quench, and I just put it on my Facebook. Long time ago, I put it on my Facebook and I let it be. I'm like, whoever wants to judge me, let them judge me. Whoever wants to say something, let them say something, but I'm here for all of it. Okay. The fifth thing, rehearse being the version of the dream that you would like to be. Always, when you have this big dream, always sit down and imagine yourself after achieving that dream. How would you feel like? How would life look like? And begin to walk in there, the mindset. Begin to change your mindset. If you want to become a CEO one day, how do you present yourself? How do you dress up? How do you show up in places? How do you, how do you share your wisdom with other people? How do you communicate with people? You can be a savage and you want to be a CEO one day. You can be a person who is always sharing memes on Facebook and sharing, like reels and nonsense things. You have to begin to be in that. CEOs read books. Go and start reading book. Join the book club and become one person who is always sharing what they're reading. I see a lot of people who are very inactive on the group chat for the book club. You have books. Read the books. Come and share your wisdom and your knowledge. That's what CEOs do. They share their wisdom and knowledge. Contribute something positively on your social medias. Some of you, if I go on your social media and look at what is there, it's garbage, like completely garbage. You need to delete all that and start all over again. Begin to walk the walk of the person that you're becoming. You need to read books. You need to listen to podcasts. Instead of you being 2 hours, 3 hours, and you're scrolling up and down, you're watching pornography, you're doing all sorts of nonsense, stupid things that don't even matter in your life, that don't even contribute anything in your life. Begin to walk the positive steps and doing something that will meaningfully change your life and help you to become the version that you're looking for. Finally, put in the action. You cannot never beat action. You can do all the 5 things that I've shared with you. You won't change if you don't put in the action. Begin to take audacious actions, very big actions, bold steps. You need a mentor. Go reach out to somebody who can mentor you. Put down your goals and write them clearly with a clear timeline. Make them smart. Make them accountable. Find somebody who can be accountable to you, and every day take massive action towards your goals and the things that you've put together. Lastly, I wanted to share, this is my favorite quote of the time. It says, when you are interested, you do what is convenient, but when you are committed, you do whatever it takes. And so thank you so much all for listening to this, and I hope that you got something out of this.
Wow. I think that speech was just one of the most powerful things that I've heard in a year. Kondrani is asking for a repeat of that quote. Maybe you can just type it in the chat. But I love how that everything ties in, even some of the stuff that you've been talking about ties in with some of the themes that we've been exploring in, like just last that's last month when you're looking at when you're having this online meeting. I think Frank came in and spoke about the power of affirmations through this book that he read, The Miracle Morning. And one of the things he was talking about is the power of words, like positive affirmations and stuff like that. So I think it just ties in. I didn't know about that stat that like 50,000 words, thoughts go into our minds every day, and 80% of them are like negative self-talk about ourselves, which is really sad. So I think also even the first online meeting that we had, Haggai came in here and spoke about the power of having smart goals. So when you say have some goals and make them smart, I think that speaks into that as well. I think it would be a shame for us to listen to a talk like this and go back to our usual ways every morning, tomorrow and the rest of the week. The reason why we spare this time, ladies and gentlemen, is so that we can tap into that potential that I spoke about earlier on. It's time for us to take action. It's time for us to really get serious about what we want. There are certain questions that were asked before the meeting when people are registering. I think those are going to be responded to on a private, maybe emails, because I'm looking at the time and it may not be enough. But if somebody has a burning question, somebody has a burning comment that they feel like will add so much power to what she has said already, that would not negate but will actually add, then definitely please take it away. This is your time. Hagai Magatundu, please take it away.
Can you hear me?
We can hear
Am I
you,
audible?
yes, loud and
All
clear.
right, good. I would like to understand, first and foremost, I thank you for the great presentation. I would like to understand the definition of success.
Did you catch that, Togo? I didn't catch it.
I think he said he wants to understand the definition of success.
Okay.
That's right, Hagai?
Yes. Were you able to hear me?
Yeah, I think I got it. Great.
Okay.
So, success.
Sorry, maybe let me just give a context to it. There is something that I read from Think and Grow Rich. There was this guy Barnes who wanted to work with Thomas Edison. So he wanted to actually be he wanted to be a partner with Thomas Edison, and then he went on and worked, I think, as a menial. I think it was a cleaner or something like that, which relates to a story that you shared when you were beginning the speech. So I would like to understand the definition of success for you, because I understand that for some people, success might not really be, have you driving that car or, owning that job or whatever it is. So maybe for us to understand that we are working towards the direction of our success, maybe we need to have a context also to just maybe have a good grasp of what you've been presenting. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. I think it's a question that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to, defining what success is. I will tell you that you will never find really like a conventional definition of success, because success is what you define it is as. So success to you would look totally different from how I define success. But one thing that I know when it comes to me saying I'm a successful person or I've succeeded in what I've been doing or what I'm planning to do is based on the goals that I set. If I meet those goals and I hit those goals, then I've been successful. The other thing that I always like to teach my students is that when you talk about success, sometimes success people think that success is a question of earning a lot of money or more money than they were before, or getting a job that is like more, that gives you more power, more authority, and more jurisdiction and things like that. Sometimes success would look like just being able to balance life, that you're living a healthy life, you're earning enough to put food on your table and to take care of your family. And so it just depends on what you look at. But for me, when that's the reason in this world we set goals. When you have been able to smash your goals, whatever that is, even when it means like those goals don't mean anything to another person, but they are very meaningful to you, you've been successful. That's as simple as it gets. So it can be a big dream, a small dream. It can just be to say, for example, like right now, I'll tell you that I've been successful because I've been working so hard to find a routine and a balance between, my 9-to-5 job and really balancing the work of We Inspire, because I work full-time at We Inspire, and then doing other things else and being a mom to my daughter. And I've been trying to catch a good routine that balances all that. And I'm a very health conscious person. I really like going out, and in between my business, I wanted to find something that will help me to go out every day, at least for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and either work out or just walk in the park and just see nature. And because I've been able to hit that balance and, create a schedule that works for me, I feel like I've been successful in that context.
Yeah, I think I'll just chime in a little and just say, I think, as you're saying, success is literally just living the life that you want.
Yeah.
Because, in as much as you don't want, there are people who don't want to drive that Porsche car, but I think I can bet for sure that nobody wants to be pushed around. For example, maybe have a meeting in 30 minutes and then you get into a minibus, and then this minibus conductor is taking a lot of people, is running away from the police, and then you end up being late. Even like the business that you want, like there's so many people who are like earning millions, but they're not happy. We look at them, it's like, oh, that guy has made it in life, but his life is miserable, because he's not doing something that he wants. He doesn't get to the office at the time that he wants to, and he doesn't do this at the time that he wants to. Those kind of things, I think, all feed into the success that we want. There's another hand from Daniel. So maybe we can take that.
I think for me, it's not really a comment. I was very interested in how you were going to define that, Thokozani, because recently, it's very funny because recently I was on Twitter and a thread about the different success. Well, we'll call it like a slight level of success, but Elon Musk works 16 hours a week, and Naval, I'm not sure if you guys know that Naval only works about 4 hours a week. And the idea was, how are these two people working different amounts of time, but yet being both billionaires? And I was very interested in how you were going to answer that question, because the answer that you gave is truly what the answer is. And Haggai, I'm going to comment specifically on Think and Grow Rich, because the idea, I think the first chapter of the book is desire. And it is more about what you desire. Now, what you desire, Haggai, is going to be very different from me. It's going to be very different from PK. It's going to be very different from Thokozani. And finding that desire initially is chiming into the great quote that Thoko gave. When you're interested, you're only going to do it when it's convenient. But when you actually have that conviction to do it, the desire to actually do it, then you're going to do whatever it takes. Yeah. So success is truly you finding what it is yourself personally at the depth of your soul you're willing to do, because human flourishing, and I'm gonna take this to philosophy, human flourishing is innate in all of us. It is a condition that we all have to succeed in whatever it is that we do. It could be learning from the basic stage. If you were going through primary and like you had to get something, and then you went to secondary and then college, and then now we're at a position whereby we're actually in our careers and stuff like that. But human flourishing is all innate in us. But human flourishing does not look the same for all of us.
Yeah.
So I definitely do agree with that answer. So for me, it was just a comment to say, very great answer, because I do really believe success is what you set it yourself at. I'm getting to a point where I'm reconditioning my idea of success, because I think that we have a different success when we're in secondary school. We have a different idea of success when we're in college, because we're closer to the goal of being employed. And then we get employed and success does not mean as much, because as you were saying, now you have to find ways to balance your work life, your physical health, you being a parent, and those things are very different as you're going through life. So I think what's very interesting is, yeah, as Thokozani has just said in the chat, it just popped up and something has just come in, and it says that we evolve, and so the definition of success will evolve with us. Great conclusion to what I was saying, Thokozani. So yeah, there you go. That's my comment.
All right. Thank you so much, Daniel, for that very insightful comment. I'm very mindful about time. I don't want to keep you guys on this call. I know we all have our 9 to 5s, our businesses starting tomorrow. But I'm just going to say this, there's a lot of examples that you can look of people who wanted something and did everything they could to achieve it. Legson Kaira anaenda wapansi because ankafana ndi dream yorapita kujani kwa America. There's those of you who are Christians know Jesus Christ suffered everything he could because he had one mission to save humankind. So he avoided marriage, he avoided getting into stupid stuff because he had that mission and he accomplished it. So I think I'm just going to give 1 minute to Thoko to finish finish the talk, and then we can all hop out.
I don't have much to say, just thanking you guys for being here and for being an active audience. I really hope that you will take action from this, and especially writing your dreams, declaring them, sharing with somebody to create accountability. If you want me to be an accountability person for you, I'm in for it, because I want the best for you. Pilirani is a good person to be an accountability partner for you as well. So reach out. But otherwise, thank you so much, and I hope that you didn't waste this time. And thanks, Pilirani, for the opportunity. I'm really honored.
Well, thank you so much, Thoko, for making the time. I think we'll definitely follow up with some emails and stuff and some of the questions that were asked, and also just with the recording that is going to be generated from this call and the transcript as well, so that others can follow as well. Yeah, so everybody, please have a good night and enjoy this week. Be more productive and multiply. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.